ability. Now pull the arm across and that triangle can work.
That's a bad position.
This fight looks like a Saw remake. And when you remember that only one guy's cut, that's a phenomenal amount of blood. One guy's cut.
Literally was waiting just to double check to make sure Salter wasn't cut. There was so much of Halsey's blood on it.
Nice takedown. Triangle. Trying to pass, he just made it tighter. Got it!
Brandon Halsey felt the urgency, and it cost him the fight.
Takedown, and watch the triangle. Wrist control, steps over it, beautiful triangle, locks it up, and watch Halsey try to pass to his right side. That just made the triangle tighter. Couldn't get it. Look at it here. As soon as Halsey puts pressure on that side, you can't get your opponent to break his legs. He will finish you. That's exactly what happened.
There's that arm trap now, Moro. That's a bad problem because Bowery only has one arm to defend now against that choke. Ilima-Lei is doing a great job of systematically breaking down her defense. She's going for the arm.
McFarland looking for the arm bar, but Letourneau now on her feet. Letourneau puts the knee down, drops a hammer fist, but now the triangle.
And that arm is across. She's in trouble with that. That is tight. It's going to cause her a problem.
Remember, McFarland won the title with the Dead Orchard variation of the triangle armbar. Now she's got a triangle on Letourneau, and it's McFarland delivering strikes.
The more that you see McFarland extend her hips in this, the better off it's going to be for her. Do not let Valerie collapse your hips. Beautiful job. There it is.
There it is. Let the luau begin. Ilima-Lei McFarland returns to Hawaii.
But then switches it to the armbar. Valerie tries to defend, transitions to the triangle, and from that position right there, that is tight. That is a beautiful submission by a great submission fighter in Ilima-Lei McFarland.
Technically that he's doing here, for some reason his opponent is still able to breathe, but from a technical standpoint, I like what he's doing. Now, I also agree with you that if he was to bring his knee in, push that on the hip, he could exit his body while his opponent stays put.
So he's in a pretty good spot, guys, in front of his brother and his cousins.
In a great spot.
Well, it's given John and I a chance to be right about that armbar prediction as well.
That's it.
Coming off the armbar win at Madison Square Garden. Born in Rio de Janeiro. Lives in New York.
Hello, here comes Eddie. He's looking at it over the triangle.
30 seconds.
He's got that arm across now. That's a bad position.
Pulling down on the head.
He's in trouble.
It is all over. Thompson, Gracie Jr. once again.
But his foot gets stuck in the canvas, doesn't slide like on a mat, and he gets kind of caught, but immediately goes to the triangle. And once that left arm goes across the body, now he grabs the foot, tightens down, and it's all over once he pulls on the head. That's a tight triangle choke. Nothing to do but tap.
You're freezing up. You gotta open up and relax.
And throw straight punches. Every time you throw straight punches, they're landing. What did you just come out and do here in the beginning of the third?
Threw some straight punches.
Talk about listening to your coach.
Nice.
Smart young man.
On the ear. If you can't hit it, don't aim for it. On the ear. On the ear, AJ, he's giving up.
AJ going back to that Kimura grip. He's got this. Adele's in deep trouble now. Going to push that arm out with his foot. Nice job. Take your time. You have nothing but time to work this.
Looking at his corner.
Now going towards the triangle.
Wants to finish. And it is all over. AJ Agazarm.
Initially went back to going for a takedown, but you can't do that against a guy like Agazarm, who is so good on the ground.
You see the difference here, what he does? He shoved his foot through, so even if Adele sat up into him and went right to the triangle, and if Adele was able to actually lay over his leg, that would have been fine as well.
Referees know who they are officiating for. Big John McCarthy knows, where that breaking line is for many fighters because he watches so closely.
Prelim, this fight's over.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's one of those things where he respected Daniel Strauss's veteran experience. Now going once again, knee bar, leg lock.
But what's incredible is that Strauss took 60 seconds off and came right back. Triangle.
Beautiful, right into the triangle. It's a reverse triangle.
Strauss needs to posture here.
It's a reverse position. He wants to lock it up the other way. It's locked over the wrong shoulder.
Man, Sanchez spectacular tonight. A lot of this fight on the ground.
He's going for a modified key lock, trying to push that wrist over to lock the shoulder. Now he's going triangle on the right side.
Strauss has got to posture. He's either going to tap Jimmy or he's going to stay here the entire round and take elbows.
Exactly. Now he's under the leg. This is going to be done if Strauss doesn't show something. He's got to get out of this. This looks tight.
Man, what a gamer the former two-time champion is, though.
Hard for days.
And it's all over. Emmanuel Sanchez finishes Daniel Strauss. What a huge victory.
It's the finish right here. Gets him, the triangle's locked on the wrong side. He pushes it across, locks it on the correct side, arm underneath the leg, and he tells the referee, yeah, he taps right there with the right hand. No protest from Strauss. Beautiful stuff by Emmanuel Sanchez.
And again, despite the wrestling credentials that Josh Martin brings to the table here tonight, just not able to buck Sergio off.
Morales is going to grab that triangle. Beautiful triangle set up by Morales.
Oh, and Josh Martin's going to be tapping here.
This is
it's only a matter of time. Sergio locking in tight, and Martin showing off some toughness. Not anymore. Not tough enough. Sergio Moraes
feeds that arm through and goes over for the triangle, and he had his hands set up to make that nice and tight. Didn't even need to get the right arm across his body. That triangle was so tight. And actually better in the beginning of the fight because there's less sweat. If you take a look at this from another angle, you can see he's got his left arm fed through so that he can grab his right foot as soon as he steps over and pull that nice and tight underneath his left knee, cinching up that triangle choke.
One man's easy fight is the other guy's great opportunity.
North-south by Tyler Stinson. Moving from behind.
And I don't mean Stinson's an easy fight. I mean, that's how a fight is sold to you. Like, oh, you got an easy fight. Well, that guy has a great opportunity. Oh, man, beautiful job going for the armbar. Look at the flexibility of Dan Hornbuckle. Knee all the way past his face.
Incredible flexibility by Hornbuckle. Looking for the quick finish on Tyler Stinson.
Now going for the triangle. Stinson has to posture out of this.
Hornbuckle trying to lock up the triangle on Tyler Stinson. Dan Hornbuckle looking for the quick finish in his Bellator debut, and that triangle is tight.
Wow, with these legs, that's going to be hard to get out of, Sean. He's pulling that head down, restricting the blood flow. If he stays here, we're going to see a tap. Stinson has to get out of this. He has to sit back and get postured up, get his head out of there.
Hornbuckle has the triangle locked in, cranking on it. Stinson still working out, trying to punch his way out. Referee Kevin Mulholland taking a very close look.
Now, the only problem here with that build of Dan Hornbuckle is he has long legs. There's a lot of space. You see Stinson trying to use that space. He's trying to hold out in this triangle, but man, this is tight.
Look, there's the tap.
Shin across the back of Stinson's head, locking up the arm, and you see that right hand pulling down on his own shin. That tightens it up, makes it so hard to get out. Blood rushes to your head and has nowhere to go, no choice but to tap by Tyler Stinson.
Striking and a furious start, ground and pound from Benjelani. Meanwhile, Lencioni fishing for a submission attempt.
Benjelani caught up, high guarded. It's not a triangle yet, but he has the ability to
Now he's looking for a triangle. And again, he does have a triangle choke victory. It came back in 2017.
Benjelani needs to make sure that that arm stays outside.
Yeah, Lencioni trying to snap a two-fight losing streak. As the triangle choke, 10 seconds left. Will Benjelani be able to survive the round?
He's gonna survive it.
No, he doesn't! Wow! Chris Lencioni! It is definitely sunshine in the Lencioni family. Less than 10 seconds left on the clock.
Up high, goes to get a high guard. That is not a triangle at this point. You see his ankles crossed, reaches, grabs his shin, pulls it in, locks it down. And once he locks it down, Benjelani's got a problem. If he keeps his arm to the outside, he can keep the pressure off of the choke. But once his arm crosses, you see that arm all the way across. Now there's pressure on both sides. He's in trouble.
There's your tap. Nice job by Zerhuni to fight it off, but a nice elevator sweep by Novinyi, bring him right back.
Good defense by Zerhuni, but that has been the problem in the first 4 minutes of this fight. Most of it has been defensive after that early combination that he landed on Norbert.
Yeah, he landed that combination. It stung. You could see.
Yes.
Novinyi was like, oh my God, I need to do something. Shoots in, gets close, and that's been the difference so far in this round now.
Tried to pass.
He just went back to it again, missed it. Looking towards the triangle.
Pulling down on the head.
He's got to keep that right arm. If he can pull that right arm across, now he's got the ability. Now pull the arm across and that triangle can work.
Pulling that. It is all over, just like that. Another first round submission victory for Norbert Nobenyi Jr.
Look at what he's doing in the leg. Right now it's tight. As soon as he locks it behind that knee, now it's tight. You see the arm across. A lot of pressure from the legs on one side of the neck, his own arm on the right side. Nothing to do but tap. All those elbows are good. This is a good elbow attack.
Yep, to the ground, not the back of the head, and not that 12-6 switch.
No. All legal.
Under a minute left in the second round, and it's Emmanuel Sanchez controlling Taiwan Claxton. It's over. It's over. Emmanuel Sanchez submits Taiwan Claxton, sending Claxton not only out of the tournament, but sending him to his first defeat. A jubilant Emmanuel Sanchez celebrating right in front of us as he is on his way to the next round.
Going for the takedown. When he goes for the takedown, look at how he lets go of the leg. And this is where Emmanuel Sanchez hooks up that inverted triangle first. And you see he starts opening up his shots, controls the other arm, but then turns it into a straight triangle. And it's a matter of time. There was things that he was doing that you say, I understand why he's not putting him out. Look at where that right arm is at. That's keeping him in the fight. But it is still taxing on him to breathe. It is creating a problem. And when he changes the angle, like I talked about, that's when the tap comes.